Come along with me to my first ever solo trip to Disneyland. I'm going to check out the 70th anniversary, eat lots of treats, see some shows, and of course ride lots of rides. I arrived in the evening and headed straight to my hotel. I stayed at the Hilton Anaheim, which is right next to the Anaheim Convention Center. I thought this hotel was pretty nice. There was a big courtyard right outside my room and the view was really nice. It was about a 20-25 minute walk to the park, but it wasn't too bad. There was another reason I needed to be in California this weekend, hence the last minute solo trip. So my day started around 1 p.m. on this first day, and I was ready to try some treats. I headed straight for the churro cart and got the 70th celebration churro. The flavor was really interesting. I don't think I'd get it again though.
Waiter, percolator, I love coffee, I love tea. Put on your dancing shoes.
We were hitting the ground running with the 70th anniversary things. This was the new cavalcade. I used to work at Walt Disney World in Florida, so I've been to the parks many times by myself, but never Disneyland. So I was really just excited to walk around and check out all the new things for the 70th.
Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them.
I headed to Toontown to grab the Miss Daisy. This is a lemonade with cotton candy syrup. It was good, but the cotton candy flavor was pretty subtle. And then I just walked around cute little Toontown.
Before they deactivate you. Hurry up, they'll be leaving this transport any minute.
I was able to identify over 14,000 different species of life forms.
Next, I decided to take the monorail over to downtown Disney. I did some shopping and I didn't realize these little blind boxes were all the rage. They're little figures of the attractions. I got Minnie on the carousel, but I was secretly hoping for Winnie the Pooh. I went back over to Disneyland, and this part is really special to me. Our family dog Jet passed shortly before this trip, so as a gift to my mom, I got a portrait of him done at the Silhouette Studio. And they do this so fast. The cast member cutting the silhouette just sketches a quick outline from a reference photo, and then they just cut the paper into this perfect little silhouette. And then you can see the next cast member is just gluing it onto the background, and then she frames it. This is such a meaningful souvenir. I have one of my cat as well. I just really can't recommend this enough. Next, I got a quick ride on Pirates of the Caribbean before dinner. I ate at Tiana's Palace, and for whatever reason, the baked mac and cheese is only on the kids' meal, but it is so good. This beignet is the house-filled celebration beignet, part of the 70th anniversary, and unfortunately, this was not very good. My plan tonight was to see Fantasmic, the fireworks, and paint the night, but first, I'm riding Haunted Mansion. They recently updated their queue, and there's so many fun things to see. My favorite is this little cat statue surrounded by birds.
Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination?
Extreme, I'm gonna make you want to think.
After the fireworks, I found a spot on Main Street and waited for Paint the Night parade. After the parade, I went to ride some more rides. Next, I rode all the rides in Fantasyland.
Guilty! Thank you, that is all! You get it!
park closing is the best time to get on these rides.
It went this way. No, that way.
Today I'm walking into California Adventure. I was rested and ready for a full day of fun at California Adventure. I started my day at the Animation Academy, and I hopped in line before I even knew what we were drawing, but we were drawing Pluto. Next, I headed over to Guardians of the Galaxy. I knew the wait time was probably not going to get better than 45 minutes, and I really wanted to ride it, so I just waited it out.
Our buddy Mantis is in the getaway ship waiting for my signal.
That ride is one of my favorites, well worth the wait. Then it was lunchtime and I headed to Aunt Cass Cafe for a bread bowl and mac and cheese. I walked around Cars Land and there was no line for this cute little Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters ride. And it's so cute, I never go on this ride, so I decided to do it. Next, I checked out the single rider line for Radiator Springs Racers, and I basically walked right onto the ride. I couldn't believe how fast it was. I do think I just got really lucky though. I don't think that's always the case.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
The single rider line for the Incredicoaster was a bit more of a wait. Next, I just walked around and it was really starting to heat up, so I got one of my favorite treats at the Adorable Snowman. This is the Pixar Pier Frosty Parfait. It has lemon ice cream and blue raspberry slush. I did single rider again for Soarin', and this line was really long as well, but they had like half the ride closed down. Then this was my first time checking out the Better Together Pixar Parade. This parade was so adorable, I really liked it. By this point, I remember feeling like I had really done everything I wanted to, so I was just kind of walking around and taking in the sights. Ever since they added Lightning Lane, the Monsters Inc. ride always has a really long line, so I never ride it anymore. But it's a cute ride, I decided to just wait it out. I think California Adventure really comes to life at night. Everything gets so pretty. And then I just kind of happened to stumble into Cars Land when they were turning on all the lights. I think I had heard about them doing this at sunset, but I totally forgot about it, and it's really cute. Next, I decided to grab a churro and sit and wait for the new World of Color Happiness. I didn't know about the new Muppets pre-show, and it was so cute and funny. I was dying at how many times they told us not to jump into the bay.
Pre-show safety announcements.
And because it's our 70th anniversary, we promise to make it fun, entertaining, and
Legally compliant.
In just a few more minutes, it begins. What? World of Color! The lights over Paradise Bay will dim. So sing and dance and have some fun, but don't jump in the bay, please.
Don't jump in the bay? Well, no one said don't jump over the bay. That could be perfect for my stunt spectacular.
All right, let's get this over with. Legal, smeagol, blah, blah, blah. Don't jump in the bay. So please enjoy this show. And don't Bay. Please. Despite these mixed messages, the Muppet Studio does not condone, encourage, nor advise entering the Bay via jumping, leaping, or cannon. Now, if you're thinking of ignoring these legal guidelines, as an attorney, I'd advise you to quit it. Or should I say, acquit it.
I loved this show, but I made the mistake of sitting right in the front and got absolutely drenched. They just spray you with water. Afterwards, it was time to check out some of the pretty neon lights before I headed out. As this park was closing, we could see the fireworks over at Disneyland. And I can't stress this enough, my favorite part of any Disney trip is at the very end of the night when everything is peaceful and quiet and so beautiful. If you thought that was it, joke's on you, I've got one last final day back at Disneyland. One of my favorite things to do at Disneyland is to just walk around and find the fun little hidden gems. One of the things I had to figure out this trip was how to get a couple pictures of myself, so I was just setting up my phone on random light posts. I headed to the Jolly Holiday to try the strawberry shortcake macaroon. This was very tasty, essentially just a strawberry shortcake base topped with the macaroon and whipped cream. This is another one I never really ride, but there was no line, so I took a ride on the Autopia cars. That ride didn't have much of a wait, but I was starting to realize that the park was pretty busy, so at this point I decided to take a trip on the monorail and then a ride on the train. And then how cute is this? We caught the character cavalcade right before it was about to head out. Since the park was pretty busy, I decided I was going to try out the single rider line for the Millennium Falcon, so I headed over to Galaxy's Edge. This single rider line was a walk-on. I completely bypassed the line, and I think it's always like that. Next, I headed over to the Red Rose Tavern to try the 70th stuff. This was really delicious. It tasted exactly like Oreo filling. There was even an Oreo on the inside and raspberry jam, which I think they could have done without. The theme of this day is the park is busy, so I'm basically just writing what I can, which honestly was a little weird because the previous day was Memorial Day and it wasn't that busy. I think Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was the longest wait of the whole trip. They even took us out into this overflow area. I didn't intend to wait so long, it just kind of kept getting longer and longer.
Nothing can stop us now.
Luckily, still a very cute ride. Next, I was making my way to Adventureland, but decided to take a walk through the castle. I made my way to the Tropical Hideaway to try the Pineapple Upside Down Sundae, and this was maybe my favorite treat of the trip. So good. I rode Haunted Mansion again and then got stopped at the end, so please enjoy these ghosts just going by the mirrors. I wasn't watching any of the shows tonight, but on my way to Small World I caught a glimpse of Paint the Night. If you've already seen the parades and shows, I really just recommend getting on the rides. There's always no wait. I was on a mission to ride Indiana Jones at some point and got in line as the fireworks were going on. The part of the night where the park is still open but the fireworks and the parades are done is just my favorite. You don't have to wait in line for literally anything, so I always try to just get on as many rides as I possibly can. At the end of the day, I needed something to eat, so I ended my night with hot chocolate and french fries. And then as I was walking back to Main Street, noticed this black ring in the sky. Like what is that? But then I just sat and enjoyed the peaceful, quiet Main Street before I had to head home. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more solo trips.